Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was going on with the countdown. I don't think I went live. It wouldn't let me. Anyways, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm just gonna show up. Just gonna show up. I'm gonna turn that down so you're not hearing my phone going crazy here. So, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, K girl. Yeah, I did a little like what is it called? Where Spider Mike's gonna be live in 15 minutes, right at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, and it didn't start. So I don't know. But here we are, and she just showed up. I don't know if you guys saw that or for the 10 seconds that I was live, but um, of course, we got Felipe hanging out, doing his thing, showing off his junk. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, she'll be back. She'll be back. About 15 minutes ago, before I opened up the window, she was out there buzzing around and doing her thing. So she'll be back. Hello, Tarly. Yeah, I'm doing better today. Yesterday was really bad, and I wasn't able to make it to the protests, but I did make it to the protests during the day. And then everybody left the ICE facility, and because we got word that Kash Patel was staying at a hotel in downtown Portland. Why he flew to Portland, it was something secretive, I guess. I don't know, but there were several people that got this info, and it was leaked that he was going to be staying there Friday night and Saturday night, and I think possibly tonight. I don't know, but so we all showed up down there at his hotel at about I think it's about 9:30, and we were there until 4 in the morning. So yeah, some wild stuff took place down there. So interesting night. But what was really funny is I wasn't feeling good yesterday, and so I was just like there's no way I can make it down to the ICE facility. My pain is too much. So I medicated. I laid down, fell asleep for a couple hours, and then when I woke up, I went on Nathan's stream. He was streaming, and I'm like, "What? They're down there?" I didn't know. I didn't know that he was going down there. I didn't know some of the other people were going to go to the hotel, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go down there." So, but I was like super tired, and so I just grabbed an energy drink, and I was feeling a little bit better. My pain had subsided a bit, and so I ran on down there, and um, there were I don't know, probably about 30 people, and they had taken there. It's a 3-lane road there, so they were taking the far left lane, which it's a one way that goes south. Um, they had one lane blocked off. Oh, hold on. Sorry, you can't use that one. I have the hello, there she is. What's up, Bubblicious? Hey, Cypher, go fuck yourself. Just saying. Hello, Bubblicious. Hey, Cypher, enjoy my bird. What's up, little girl? It's Bubblicious, man. Oh, I'm moving around here, and she decided to take off. Probably because of you, Cypher, you fucknut. So, yeah. I ran down there, and I saw that where Tommy got punched. He got sucker punched. That was pretty funny. Anyways, who's this? Yo, bro, how long till you go? I'm not going to jail, Robbie. Sorry to disappoint you. Sorry to disappoint you, but I had my arraignment last Tuesday, and the DA fucked up. So you guys just keep fucking crying, all right? Because everything's going to be dropped. Yeah, the DA. No, I'm not going, bro. Who the fuck are you? Um, the DA tried to get me for restraining order of 3 blocks. And the judge's like, no way. Nope, not going to do it. I'm not going to infringe on his First Amendment right. So, oh, is cash going to come for me? Okay. All right, Robbie. No, you just go ahead and continue playing with your wiener over that thought. Um, so yeah, when I got there and I saw that the left lane was blocked, I kind of pulled around the people and parked in the lane that was blocked up ahead of them. And then I saw all the chuds; they were live. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna mess with them. And so I get out of my truck and I mean, I had just woke up like a half an hour earlier, and so I'm like, I'm going to act like I'm super drunk because they always think that I'm on something, you know what I mean? And they always think that I'm high on something that, or, I'm drinking and driving and blah, 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 you know. So yeah, I get out of my truck and I'm stumbling all over the place and I'm all slurring my words and I go and I hug Pam and I whisper in her ear, I'm not drunk. This is just I'm just acting drunk. She goes, I know. And I'm like, but just go with it. Just go with it. And she's like, okay. So every single person that I hugged down there, which I think there's about 6 or 7, I told them all the same thing. Oh my gosh. So, oh, thank you, K girl. I was going to do that. I was going to do that too. To this Kamala Patty. You know what? Guess what, Kamala? Guess what, Kamala? Why you got run away? How come Shane didn't follow you to your car when this big protest mob was after you? Give me a break. When did MAGA lose their spine? You guys are all brittle snowflakes now, crying all the time. They weren't going to attack you. Give me a break. And Nathan only went 1 block and then didn't continue because he does have respect. So don't get on him. Nathan did a goddamn. If you're going to cry about something, cry about Shane with a Y leaving you. He took a right while you took a left down that alley. Okay? Oh, you told him to dip. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, then your life wasn't in danger, was it, Kamala? If you told Shane to dip, your life was never in danger. So, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I punked all the MAGAs down there. I punked all the MAGAs that were in Shane's chat and Ryan's chat and Tommy's chat. They went in. They had the hotel come and call 911, and Tommy's out there taking pictures of my truck and my plate number, and then I go ahead and I drive. I mean, as I'm like holding on to my truck, like trying to keep my balance because I'm acting like I'm super duper drunk. Okay, and so I get in my truck and Shane's all. He's Spider-Mike, he's Spider-Mike, he's Spider-Mike. So I just fucking drove away, let them think about that for a minute. And I just went a couple blocks down and came back and parked in that same lane, but ahead of the people, the protesters that were there, and then turned my hazards on. And I was just like, I'm not going to engage with, I was doing my, screaming at Cash, not letting him sleep. And we were there until 4 a.m. So I hope, keep crying. Oh, hold on. Hello, Bubblicious. What's up? What's up, pretty girl? Enjoy the hummingbirds, man. Relax. Enhance your calm. Release. You guys are all pent up, man. Pent up anger. There she goes. Enjoy. You come in here and you start disrespecting me or anybody else, you're gone. All right, just saying. I mean, what are y'all expecting? You go down there with the Trump flag. I mean, you've seen that movie, right? With Samuel L. Jackson and What's that? It's one of the Die Hard movies where the guys make Bruce Willis wear that sign that says "I hate," the N word, and and then he goes out there and he's walking down the street. You've seen that movie, right? Of course you're going to get attacked. Go fly your Trump flag down to Malala. You'll be welcome there. All right, dumbasses. Of course you're looking for an altercation. You're looking for clicks. All right. You're looking for subscriptions. You're looking for donations because you're putting your life in danger down there. Give me a fucking break. Bunch of fucking crybabies. Don't get me started. But Robbie don't go down there because he's a little bitch. All right, Robbie. Yeah, that was great. Let's see if Will comes in here. I chased him out. I told him he can wear that little fucking hat. When it says fuck mega, that's a special hat, I guess. I guess he had it specially made or something like that. And so he tried to come down there and apologize. And you know what? I don't care, Kamala. Just don't go down there with a Trump flag and think you're going to be welcomed with open arms. All you chuds going down there, you should know that. Yeah, Will, he was trying to make amends with us, and I says, never, man. Shit, back in December, he threatened my life. Like 4 times. He said it right to my face. He said he's going to kill me. Really? Do it now. No, not here. And I'm like, well, okay. Then let's go somewhere where the cameras aren't. Kill me. Let's do this. And he never stepped up. He would get his gloves on and he'd put his mouthpiece in and, he'd get all, ready and he would roll his sleeves up. And, I'm just like, are you ready? Are we going to do this? But just remember, oh, hey, Chris, what's up? I see Joseph here too. Howdy, howdy. Oh, we just had a flyby here. She wants to feed again. If she shows up, I'm going to shut up so I'm not scaring her off every fucking time. But Will, Will has some, oh my God. If he comes in here, I'll talk to him, man. But he has some serious, serious mental problems that he has to address. And I hope some of you, agree. You know what I mean? He has a split personality and he's bipolar and he needs to address that. And he has that abandonment issues of, because apparently his parents left him. So, he needs to address those things, But yeah, hey, good to see you, Chris and Joseph. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy. She'll be back. This is a perfect time right now. Because like I think I probably told you guys like from 7 until about 8:30 when dusk comes. So the last like hour and a half here on the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, they like to show up and hurry up and eat before they go to bed, I guess. Is Will welcome here? I'll he can come up, man. But he on his live yesterday, he was talking a lot of shit. And that's the thing, man. I don't like that. I don't like people coming up and, like he thinks that I apologize or that we fucking kissed and made up. That was far from the truth. Get the hell out of here. I just said, take it easy, man. Things are cool. Just chill and let's watch the hummingbirds. And then he actually was chill and he was liking it for a bit, He did. He liked it for the rest of the stream, and then I see him later in someone else's chat and he's all talking shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, the next time I threw up a live here and he pulls in, I says, nah, you're not welcome here. And then that's when he said he was going to come and kick my ass. So, oh, he's your homie now? Okay, well, run with that. Yeah, run with that. Good luck with that. Wow. Oh, really, Robbie? Oshkosh Josh didn't fare well when I grabbed him by the neck, almost introduced him to his maker. He was just a fucking second away from me driving him through the concrete. Luckily, one of the chuds that were with him sucker punched me from behind and sprayed me with mace at the same time with pepper gel. Scratched my retina in the right eye and pepper gel in both eyes. Yeah. And then the motherfucker runs away, and I haven't seen that motherfucker since. So yeah, you just run with that, Robbie. All right. Hello, Barbara. Oh, my roommates are home. I thought they were. Oh wait. That's just. Oh, she might have been out for Mother's Day. One of my roommates is here, so yeah. I hope she's okay. Sometimes she doesn't like me going live when she's here, but as long as she doesn't have a bunch of groceries, I guess. Yeah, but that's okay, Robbie. All right. If you watch the video, all right. Guess who threw the, well, it wasn't a punch. It was like an elbow into my stomach or like a forearm. He was trying to like push me out of the way, and I had every right to respond. All right. Mm-mm-mm. You know what? I don't care what you get, Kamala. Go ahead and go with Will. All right. But yes, I do protect Pam because she's important. You're not. So find your own person to protect you. Go with Will or whatever the F. Good luck with that. Yeah, that pretty white cat, that is Maynard. That's Maynard. Named after the lead singer of Tool, right? Mr. Keenan. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah, if you know, you know. Yep, old Maynard from Tool. Man, I started following him back when he was in green Jello. Yeah, it was when they first started, it was green Jello. And then I think it was about 3 months later is when Jello said, no. And they filed a lawsuit saying you can't use Jello. So that's why they changed it over to green jelly. And they did the Three Little Pigs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what they're known for. And then of course, then he joins Tool and that's all history. Well, it's not history because they're still touring or doing their thing. I love Tool. Yeah. Oh, you got to see them twice? I haven't. Yeah, that's a band I wish I would have got to see live. Um, but yeah, I've seen a lot of other bands. I got to see Nirvana back in 1989, and that's what the flyer said that was stapled to the telephone poles downtown Portland. It said Nirvana was opening for Mudhoney, and so we're like, oh, dude, we got to go see Mudhoney, man. And there's a place downtown Portland called Satyricon, and they mostly is just all punk bands or just heavy metal punk. And you could go there and you could see like freaking 7 bands for like $7. And so it was 3 bands. Mudhoney was the header, and then Nirvana, okay, and then there was another one in front of that. So we went there and we watched Nirvana, and we were like, these guys they're from Seattle, they're pretty good, And then come to find out it's Nirvana. Yeah, they misspelled it on the flyers. So Nirvona. And we were kind of like, who the hell is, but hey, this Nirvana is pretty good. Shit. But yeah, that was when they first started, and That was the night. It was January, I want to say January 12th or something like that. I don't remember the exact date, but January of 1989. And yeah, we were there, and I had met Courtney Love like twice. And but it was just a, like, oh, hey, Courtney, Mike, Courtney. I was like, hey, what's up? And that was the night that Kurt met Courtney. It's kind of weird, but I was there. There was only like 30 people there, man. Oh, Butthole Servers, yeah, that was a band that I saw many times. Um, yeah, good band. Um, but yeah, yeah, like 30 people there, and that was, this place was just like really run down, and it's kind of gross in there because it always smelled like urine. But we were punk rockers. We didn't give a flying fuck. We just wanted to get in the pit and fucking hit each other, stage dive and shit, and crowd surf. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I wish I would have, like seen them later, like in the early 90s, like you, Joseph, 1994. Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been really cool. Mm. See, that's another band I haven't seen is Corn. Damn it, man. There's a lot of bands that I missed. I was back then, I was seeing just a lot of punk bands, man. And just when it came to like, oh, I'm not, well, back then I was like, I ain't dropping $45 to go see this band. I just fucking go to Satyricon, $5. I go see, four bands and go down there and shit. But yeah, I wish I would have done, seen more. I did get to see System of a Down back in 2011 up in Seattle. That was an awesome show. Absolutely awesome show. They played like, I don't know, over 20 songs, like 23 or 24 songs. It was really, really good. So I never got to see Soundgarden back in the day either. And I'm a huge Chris Cornell fan, man. A lot of my karaoke songs are, like Soundgarden and Audio Slave. And yeah, I miss that guy. That guy is amazing, Chris Cornell. But oh, really, Joseph? Yeah, it's sad, but it's just that's what addiction does, man. With him having unlimited funds and unlimited access to heroin, man, it's too bad. Too bad. Oh, really? Did you get to go see them in Cincinnati? That's cool. That's cool. Oh, right on, Joseph. Shit. Yeah, Mars Volta. That was another band that was pretty good. Shit, you guys are coming up with a lot of stuff. Yeah. Bringing back memories. What's kind of creepy is the shotgun that he used or that's in the picture. At that time, I had one identical to that. Identical. And when it, of course, when the news hit, I was broken because I was a huge Nirvana fan. And then it was, I think, a couple weeks later when they released the photos of the gun, and I'm like, oh no way! And I hurried up and like checked my supply of guns to make sure it was still in the vault, and it was there. But I was just like, holy crow! What if somebody stole it from me and used it in that? I was freaking out. But it was there. It was there. So you don't have to call Cash Patel. Hello, so tight. So tight. So tired. I'll get that. I'll get that right. I'll get that right. Uh, uh, Yeah, no pretend media tonight. He usually takes Mondays off. Or no, wait, is today's Sunday. What am I talking about? Happy Mother's Day to everybody that are mothers out there. All right, just saying. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you're enjoying your day. Hello. Mm, got my neighbors walking on bar. Yeah, thanks, K girl. It is Sunday. Oh my gosh. But yeah, well, no, it's after 7, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's taking tonight off, but he was down there late. So yeah, don't answer my what question? Did you hold on a minute here? Did you ask me a question, Robbie? Let me see here. Rolling up, rolling. Why did I? Oh shit, that's fuck, dude. You wrote a book. Um, do you actually think what I did to Jerry was okay? Absolutely. Sorry, you have a problem with that. But he was using his mobility scooter to hit people down there. All right. I watched him hit at least 3 people, including me. So he ran into me. I didn't budge. Well, I got pushed back 5 feet, but he had a little tumble, didn't he? He fucked around and he found out. You're not going to fucking run over Mike. You're not going to run over Big Spider Mike. All right. So I'm glad. I'm so sorry that you're all crying over it. But the police watched the videos. All right. They determined that it was mutual combat. And hello, Krista. Hello, hello, hello. And Kathy Lynn, what's up? Happy Mother's Day to everybody, if you're mothers, but whatever. But happy Mother's Day. So yeah, they said, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Look a little bit harder, Robbie. All right. There is at least 6 different angles where people were videotaping before. All right. I don't care if he's an elderly man, bro. All right. I didn't know how old he was. I didn't even know who the F he was. All right. You got that? But, oh, the DA said different. Okay. Well, then let's bring it. Bring it. Because the police said that they asked me if I wanted to press charges on him. Because what they saw in the video showed that my story was correct. It corroborated with my story. And, he hit me. He pushed me back 5 feet. So I'm not approaching him. I'm just standing my ground. He runs into me and he flips backwards. So I haven't received anything from the DA. What has it been? 4 months? I think it was the end of January. What's taking them so long? Okay. So, no, the cops are not above the DA. So, if you think you have something else there, Michelle, yeah. There's video of me talking to Jerry before, and that's a lie. That's a lie. I don't know who the fuck he is. I didn't know who he was at that time. All right. So don't get it twisted. Get your fucking story straight. And I'm not gonna stand for you coming in here and spreading and spewing misinformation, because we know what happened. I know what happened. The cops know what happened. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Chris. I mean, it was the end of January. So, February, March, April. Yeah, I mean, now don't come in here and spread misinformation. You asked me a question, I answered it, and then you come up with your bullshit story along with Michelle. So you guys believe what you want to believe and shut up. Enhance your calm and wait for my hummingbirds to come back. So one more outburst and I'm fucking muting you. or I may just fucking get rid of you altogether. I don't care. You're probably not even a subscriber. I don't care, Michelle. But you come in here and you're just like Robbie, scratching his back. What the fuck? Are you not? Should I scroll back up? Should I scroll back up and see what you said? Because you were saying something about the DA, saying that the DA is going to come after me. Okay, well, okay, you're trying to help me. Well, what am I supposed to do? Go ahead and get ready for the DA? No, once I get presented the charges or whatever, if there are any, then I'll take it from there. And there will be an arraignment or whatever, or we'll have a court date. Actually, it's just a court date because I was never arrested. I wasn't arrested. All right? And I haven't heard of any charges from Jerry. But that's the thing. If Jerry's going to press charges, then I'm going to press charges on him. End of fucking story. And I'll see if anybody else wants to join me. Because we have video of him purposely putting his elbows out, purposely putting his knees out, hitting people from behind with his knee and with his elbows and his mobility scooter. Pam is okay. Yeah, I spoke to her today. So. That's the thing. If his scooter was only going 3 miles an hour, he was still hitting people, hitting him from behind purposely. So, but he was going a little bit faster than that. All right. He was going faster than what people can walk because he was coming up behind them and hitting them. So if they're walking 3 miles an hour, he was probably doing about 6 miles an hour. Just letting you know. I'm sorry. I didn't have a speed gun. I didn't have a fucking radar gun to see how fast he was going. Yeah, Jerry was drinking that night. So, yeah, nothing happened to Pam last night. So I don't know what, I just talked to her like an hour ago, gave her a phone call and talked to her on the phone. And, yeah, somebody asked about my X account. Yeah, that got, it got suspended for a week. And I appealed it and it should be overturned because if you guys are familiar with Chad, he's a mega influencer. I think he's on the East Coast. But it's Chad Canton. I think it is Canton. And he's been to Portland a couple times. And him and I, we got our noses, clashed. I was in his face a couple times. And he said something about that he's coming to Portland because somebody online threatened him. So he's like, it looks like I'm going to have to come to Portland. So I said, oh, great. I responded to it. I says, oh, great. I'll get to see you, Chud Canton. I spelled his name instead of Chad. I used a U. And he fucking complained about it. Yeah. Oh, hold on. There she is. What's up, Bubblicious? Hit that like button for Bubblicious. Let's get them likes up there. What's up, Bubblicious? What's up, my girl? Well, there she goes. Hey, Katu. I think I'm pronouncing that right. What is he? Wait, hold on a minute here. Who said that? Who said that? Oh, that was Joseph, right? Or is Will live right now? Okay. Man, he was like live yesterday for what, 7 hours? Just that guy can keep going. What the hell? But he's got some serious mental problems, man, that he has to address. Period. He has a split personality. And he's bipolar. No doubt, man. He's got to go get some help with all that. He has the abandonment issues, Yeah, Joseph, that's what I'm guessing too. Yeah, bipolar and split personality because fuck, he can just like in a minute become somebody else, you know. And I'm familiar with mental problems. Okay, I've dealt with them for 28 years. All right, um, depression, anxiety, PTSD, a whole list of things. So, um, I mean, but it has to be up to him. So. Do I think it was right for that guy to sucker punch Tommy? No comment. But I did laugh my fucking ass off. But no comment. FAFO. Yeah, so anyways, I spelled Chad's name with a U and he cried about it, I guess. And he probably has some pull with Twitter or X, whatever. And yeah, right, Mary's Tiger. Last night down when we were doing our thing in front of the Sentinel Hotel in downtown Portland, we got some underground news that Cash Patel was staying there Friday night and Saturday night. So we all showed up there last night about, I think it was about 9 o'clock, and just started with the pots and pans and the bullhorns and the honking horns and fucking. There was a person down there with a trumpet and oh my God, I had a huge cowbell. We were banging that and screaming, and yeah, no rest for the wicked. So too bad, Cash. And we was there until well about 4 o'clock, 4 in the morning this morning. We was down there doing our thing. It's our First Amendment right to keep people up. Well then, Robbie, why don't you, I guess Will is live. Okay, take your ass over to his fucking stream. All you do in here is you're complaining, you're crying about an elderly man. Like I said, I didn't know he was a veteran. I didn't know he was a retired veteran. I didn't know his name was Jerry before this all calmed down. All right. So keep crying about it. All right. Keep crying. I had the electric guitar. I had my speaker all set up, my cordless speaker, and set up with a microphone. And but I never did end up using it because I got so many noise making stuff, like like my bullhorn, and I have an air horn and cowbell, right? A bunch of tambourines, and so I was handing all that shit out, and everybody we had a drum circle, like it was a lot of fun. No, we didn't see Mr. Patel, but well, whether he was there or he wasn't there, we still do it. So if you feel bad for the people that were staying there, I got a little tiny violin you can play today. So yeah, the pots and pans, and there were some people, um, there were some people that brought their pots and pans and stuff like that. So mm. Oh, thank you, K girl, Ed Eagle, 1976. I don't know who that is, but maybe he's the one that turned me in for spelling Chad's name wrong. Again, man, oh, hey, Epstein files. What's up, man? Welcome in. Uh, is this really what MAGA has become? Thought you guys were tough. Thought you guys could handle anything. Thought you had a spine. Guess not. Bah, 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 bah. Yep. And I was playing that, Kathy. I was playing that SNL clip. That SNL clip where it's like, I got a fever, and the prescription is more cowbell. And then play that. And get that cowbell going. Do you have any? Do you have a source for that, Joseph? Where he was Friday night, or let's see, because we got word that he flew in Friday late afternoon, and then he was staying at the Sentinel for the weekend. So I don't know if you have a link or any kind of source that says that he wasn't there. If that's true, then I'll share it with the rest of the people. But the stuff that we had, just like Sotard said, his plane was in PDX, and that's the Portland airport. So, and apparently he had like a really small security team, and there were a couple, like, they looked like government, like official vehicles. They were like the Chevy Suburbans, all blacked out and everything. Two of them showed up real quick, and they dropped some people off, and but nobody got any video, or were able to see who the people were that got dropped off there, and those two SUVs took off. So yeah. Who is this cash person? Well, I have the Cash app, and so I'm able to follow everywhere he goes. And that's how I was able to track his flight. Like Hager. Oh, wait, hold on, everybody. Thank you, Bubblicious. What's up? Anyways, but that was the info that we got, and we're not going to reveal our sources. Oh, I'm sorry, Krista. Who is this cash person? Well, what was funny is, okay, you'll see in the videos that there's a nightclub right next door, and it's a very popular nightclub. I can't think of the name of it, but I mean, you could hear the music, the doom, 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 and a lot of people waiting out in the lines out front. So, and a lot of younger people, like early 20s, whatever. And they kept coming up to us. They're like, what are you guys doing? And we would be like, well, we're making sure that Kash Patel doesn't get any sleep. And then they'd be like, well, who's that? And we're like, he's the FBI director. Oh. And then they're like, all right, because they don't know much about it. But we're like, no, you guys don't like pedophiles, right? And they're like, well, hell no. Well, he's protecting them. He's protecting a lot of pedophiles right now. A lot of rich people with power. He is a pedophile protector, and he's not going to get any sleep tonight. So then they all joined in. Our numbers went from like 30 up to like 70. People that were waiting in line were like, well, they stepped out. Or people that were coming out of the club too at like 12:30, 1:30 in the morning. They're out there, and they're grabbing my tambourines, and they're grabbing all kinds of stuff. They're joining in. They're grabbing the megaphone, and it was awesome. And they're like, oh, hell no. Oh, puddle time. Wait, hold on a minute here. The crash. Are you referring to the my altercation with Jerry? I can. Am I able to type in here? Shit, I don't know. Oops, tip this thing over. I could give you because I don't care. I give you my email right here on live. I don't care. I mean, what is my email? Damn. Hold on a minute here. Let me think. Let's see. It's oh. My email is spidermike1398@gmail.com. So all you chuds living in here, hanging out, if you want to try and troll that or whatever, I've already been doxxed. They all know where I live, so it's kind of funny. But Crash Patel. Yeah, that's right. Jerry shouldn't drive into brick walls. What was he thinking, man? I'm 400 pounds. I ain't gonna move. And I can't, I'm not able to move like a running back, on a football team. And I kind of, you can see me kind of trying to get off to the left a little bit, but once he hit me, he pushed me back, about 4 or 5 feet. And then he just kept it gunned. He kept the throttle on and it flipped over. And that wasn't my intentions, but he's the one that kept the throttle on, not me. I didn't grab his handlebars. I mean, I didn't grab his hand grip right there. So, well, whatever. Yeah, Krista, that I can explain it right now. I yesterday I was in a lot of pain, and I didn't attend a couple flag waves that I said I'd stop by, and then I didn't go down to the ice facility last night. I was just hurting too bad, and so I laid down. I think it was about 7 or 7:30, and I fell asleep. And oh, Barbara, okay, all right, take care, Barbara. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I laid down. I fell asleep for a couple hours, and then I got up and grabbed my phone, and I noticed that Nathan was no longer down at the ice facility, that he actually did go to the hotel. And so I'm like, oh shit. And then I saw that there was like, I don't know, 15, 20 people down there making a bunch of noise. So I'm like, oh, I got to get ready, and I was still hurting a little bit, but I just grabbed an energy drink and hopped in my truck and headed on down there. And so when I got there, I saw that the chuds were, doing their thing. They were videotaping me pulling up. So I'm like, you know what? They all think that I'm high on drugs, so I'm gonna fuck with them. I'm like, I'm gonna open the door, I'm gonna get out of my truck, and I'm gonna act like I am sloshed, like I am drunk as F. And I consider myself a pretty good actor, I'm blowing smoke out my butt, but I can act. All right. So I'm out there and I'm stumbling around. I'm holding onto my truck for stability, and then Pam comes up and I went down and I whispered in her ear, and I said, Pam, I'm pretending, and she goes, I know. And I said, just go with it. But I'm like, if anybody asks, I'm not drunk. I just woke up a half an hour ago, and right now I'm on, I'm on a monster drink. And I says, but just let's do this. And she's like, go for it. Fuck with them. And so then I just kind of, I'm slurring my words. I'm like, hey, everybody, what's up? Where are we having fun down here? Burp, 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 burp. And I'm pointing at the chuds, and I'm like, there's Tommy boy. What's up, Tommy boy? And, oh, I see Shane. What are you doing, Shane? And then everybody that come up to greet me, I give them a hug and I whisper in their ear. And you see that in the videos. Everybody that comes up to me that like to shake my hand, I go ahead and I hug them and I whisper in their ear. I'm like, I'm not really drunk. Just go with it though. And I think I did that to about 6 or 7 people. But yeah, I trolled them. All right. I punked them. I punked them all because they were on X, and there are people chiming in. They're like, he needs to be turned in okay, bye-bye, Barbara. Take care. And if you're a mother, happy Mother's Day. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty good troll. All right. I punked them. Because I went viral on X. They're like forwarding it to Cash Patel and the Portland police, and Tommy was in front of my truck taking video of my my license plate, and apparently every single one of them I think called 911. Well, someone went to the front door of the hotel, and was able to get someone's attention. They come to the door and they're like, you got to call the police right now. That guy in that black truck right there. Here's his, he is super, super drunk. He shouldn't even be out here. And so just as they were doing that, that's when I climbed in my truck and I drove away. Oh, poor Maga. Was Mike being mean to you? Did he punk you? Oh. So I just went around the blocks a little bit, and then I come back and I parked in front of the crowd and turned my hazards on, and to make sure that nobody drove into the crowd. And then I have Last night I had a lot of orange cones that I threw off, and just to kind of so make sure that nobody ran into. Well, they'd have to run into my truck before they hit anybody in the street, you know. So, uh, oh really? Okay. Well, Kelsey or whatever your fucking name is, call the police, man. Here. There's my license plate number. Okay. Make sure you get it. Did you get it? There's my license plate number, 085DRM. Okay. It's a 1990, or excuse me, 2000. Oh my gosh. It's a 2008 Nissan Titan. All right. It's the Pro 4x4. All right. Pretty easy to spot because it's all dented up and scratched and shit. So, and the stickers too, take note of that, clip that, and send it to the police. All right. Because there's absolutely fucking nothing they can do. Are you guys idiots? Are you complete imbeciles? Okay. Do you realize that if you get pulled over on suspicion of drunk driving, that the only way that they can pretty much prove that you were drunk driving is a breathalyzer or a blood test? And that didn't happen last night because I wasn't drinking. Okay. But keep going with it. Keep going with it, Kelsey. You ever watch movies where actors pretend? Oh my goodness. It happens all the time, doesn't it? Did you call the police on Hannibal Lecter when he was eating people? Did you call the police? Were you really that triggered that you thought, he's eating people? I need to call it in. Yeah. I'm not an actor. I've never had acting classes, but I fucking punked all you last night. But hey, I'm home right now. I'm super duper sober. So make sure you call the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office and tell them, I think he was drunk last night down in Multnomah County. Let's see what they do, Kelsey. Give me the worst you can do. I just gave you my license plate, description of my truck. You know what I look like. All right. My God, these people are fucking hilarious. I know, right, Kate? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, Chris, I could make you a mod in here. Hold on a minute here. If you want to be a mod, if you want to, I don't mind these people coming in. I mean, but if it gets a little too much, like this guy, Kelsey, you know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. So, but, but if you second that, okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I trust you both. Hold on a minute here. I'm going to hit you and I'm going to add you as a, hold on a minute here. Okay, manage platforms. Probably managing moderator, right? Or standard moderator. I don't know. I'm just gonna the managing moderator looks like you have more ability, so I'm gonna give you that. There you go. You are now a managing moderator. Boom. Yeah, Krista, I really was. I was hurting Friday night, and I went home, and then I kind of figured that Saturday was going to be bad, and it was. I just contacted everybody. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to make it because I was going to go to a flag wave at 10 a.m. and yesterday at what was it? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hold on. Hello. There you are. Yeah. Good stuff, right? Yeah. Good stuff. That's the good stuff. Where's Carl? Huh? Where's Carl at? Just tell him come by. Where's Carl, Bubblicious? That's okay. He might be next door. He's probably at someone else's feeder and probably holding that one down. But she likes to hold this one down. This is her feeder. Yeah. Whew, there she goes. uh, all right. Yeah. Bet you're a good mod. You're a good mod. Well, there you go. Boom. Boom. I really appreciate my mods, and I just I'm hoping that I get my X account, that the appeal goes through, so I can help Pam tomorrow night. So be a co-host. And so, oh, does Bach have Will on? Is he restreaming Will? I mean, to be honest with you, it is funny entertainment. Just where this guy's mind goes, it, yeah, he is right, Krista. He wanted to interview me months ago, and I'm like, at first I was thinking, well, sure, but then once I kind of watched some of his old videos and how I mean, like him restreaming Tommy, and then like simping for Tommy by putting Tommy's like GoFundMe and all this crap up there, and his um buy me a coffee, and I'm just like, wow, you're restreaming, and I mean, yeah, put a link to his stream, but you don't have to put everything else up there. I mean, you're basically sucking his butt pussy. Oh, is William talking trash about me? Well, if you guys are able to get in there and chat with him, tell him Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Will, your children are out there somewhere and you gave birth to them, right? So happy Mother's Day, fucking weirdo. Oh, man. Well, he probably can't see his kids anyways. I think he said he doesn't have any out there that he knows of, and that's usually my answer. So he's stealing my material. Poor Will. Oh my goodness. Yeah, a lot of them did turn on Bach, you know, because of stuff like that, simping. And I called him out on it. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna do an interview with you. You're simping for Tommy, man. You have all of his links for his Amazon wish list, and I'm just like, and maybe he's getting a portion of it. I don't know. Were they so tired? That's awesome. That is so awesome. And again, happy Mother's Day to all you in here. If there's any, I'm certain there's quite a few mothers in here. I hope there is, to enjoy the. Oh, look at there. That's probably. I'm certain that Bubblicious is a mama. She just chased someone away. She didn't like that. Whatever that was. Yeah, you showed them, didn't you? You showed them, didn't you? That's right. Happy Mother's Day, Bubblicious. Yes. That's your feeder. And I'm glad you're sharing it with Felipe. There we go. Little visit from a mother right there. A mama. But again, hey ladies, look at this. Look at this. Frog body for sale. Ooh. Ooh, look at those eyes. Look at that muddy body. Right? He's giving 30% off today for Mother's Day. All right? 30%. Felipe, 30% off today, right? I think he said, yeah, he still has no junk, but boy, ladies, he could treat you right. Boy, he can treat you right, right? Right? We love Felipe. He's trying, right? I mean, one of these days he's gonna get a visitor and he's gonna get some, gonna get some action, start making me some money. Because again, pimping is hard. Pimping is a tough job. So I gotta pimp him out. Yeah, those eyes, I'm telling you, I don't understand why he's not getting any customers. Come on, Felipe, make me money. Come on. Well, maybe if I touch him up a little bit here. Let's see here. Ooh, real pretty. Real pretty. Ooh, look at that. There you go. I don't know where this came from. It was on the counter. It's not mine, but it's on the counter. That's I don't even know what color that is. That's on the tip, but maybe someone can tell me because I'm colorblind. But yeah, we just touch them up a little bit. Whoop, 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 whoop. Make them look pretty for the ladies. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we haven't talked about the drama lately, I mean, there really hasn't been any drama. So, as the feeder turns, Felipe still doing his thing. Yeah. Now I haven't seen the home wrecker. Okay. We'll call her the home wrecker because she's the one that's been coming in here and hitting on Carl. But I haven't seen her. So I think maybe Bubblicious was probably chased her away. Yeah. Maybe she purchased a handgun. I don't know. Could be. But she won't tell me. Oh, did you think I looked pretty last night? You talking to me, Krista? I think you're talking. Were you talking to me? Wait, or were you talking about Felipe? I think you were talking about Felipe, but yeah, when I showed up down there at the hotel, I looked like I just got out of bed. So I'm like, okay, I look like I just got out of bed, so I'll be able to pass for being drunk. Oh man. Yeah, me with makeup brush. Well, I don't know where well, I'll have to, maybe I'll post those pictures. It was a couple years ago where my roommate gave me a pedicure, and then she's like, I'm gonna paint your toenails. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And so she used it was like a passion purple, and so they were nice and bright on my toenails. And again, I don't mean to blow smoke up my butt, but I have some very nice looking feet. All right. I do. I really do. So, oh, are you calling tonight? Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, Kate girl. All right. Give my love to everybody in Minnesota. Minnesota. Tell everybody Happy Mother's Day and all that fun stuff. So thank you for stopping by. But I'll post those pictures. I'll probably post them on here, I think. And I got some really pretty feet. Imagine that. Yeah. A little factoid that you guys probably didn't know about Spider-Mike. They don't look too good right now, but I'm gonna get them done. I usually do it myself. Just kind of soak my feet in warm water and some Epsom salts, and then scrub off all the excess gunk. And no, I'm not going to show you them right now. I don't know if I can post. Well, I don't think I can post pictures on this live. It's not like TikTok, but maybe you can. Shit, I don't know. Yeah, I'll post them. I'll post them on like what is it, the short clips or something like that. I'll be like, hey, ladies, look at these feet. And it was during the summer, and I wore my Birkenstocks and my flip flops, and I got a lot of compliments. They were like, nice feet. Thank you very much. Oh my God, that purple is because it was purple passion. And they'd be like, oh, your toenails are great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know, right? DJ Darren, he was going wild last night. He still has my cowbell, my cowbell and drumstick. And I left right at about, I think it was about 4 a.m. and he was still out there banging that. I hope he's okay. I hope he didn't get arrested or anything. But yeah, the cops, they showed up 3 times and did nothing. You know, they come up, they'd stop with their lights on and get on their PA system and you will be detained for blah, 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 blah. You know, you need to get out of here. And then they just slowly drive away. And everybody's just like, whatever. I mean, when there was like 30, 40 people out there, I guess they were, they didn't have enough cops last night to basically detain everyone, you know? I mean, what are you going to do? Use fucking 5 officers to detain 35 people? Ain't gonna work. And then, like I said, the people coming out of the club, I mean, a lot of them were drunk, and they were out there banging shit and fucking honking their horns. And so, hey, good luck with that, Portland police. Oh, that is some good iced tea. Woo, 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 woo. Ah, my goodness. Ooh, excuse me. It's that good. Ah. I have a new nickname for him, for our commander in Queef. I gotta think about it now. I forget now. Oh, Ermagerd. Oh, yeah. The fanatic, Fanta-faced fascist. Fanta-faced. Yeah. Yep. He is the fanatic, Fanta-faced fascist. Hope you don't mind me tapping on the counter here. I do that all the time. I'm a percussionist. Come on now. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, I think, is that Carl? That is Carl. Wait, no. Yeah. No, wait. Are you Carl? No, wait. No, no, that's her. Oh my God. I had to look around my phone here. I didn't want to spook her. Hello, Bubbalicious. What's up, little girl? Oh, there she goes. Woo! I'm going to move this a little bit closer. How's that? Be able to get Felipe and everybody in there. Yeah, the 4Fs. And you can add more. I mean, there's a lot of words that start with F. The fucking Fanta-faced fascist. There you go. Oh, really, Elisa? Yeah, I was in band since, well, I started taking drum lessons when hello, taking drum lessons at the age of 5, and then once I got into junior high, I kind of slowed off on my lessons, and I was in band. And then the start of high school, with me being a big guy, the excuse me, the coach on the varsity team says, "You're on the team," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You're on. You are on. You are going to be a lineman," and I'm like, "No, I'm staying in band." And he's like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're a freshman, and I'll put you on in varsity. Right? And you don't even have to. And so I'm just like, no." I says, "I have aspirations of being in a big hair band," because this was 1983. And I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to be in a big hair band. I want to stay in band. So can't be in marching band and the football team." I don't think I'd be able to get out of my pads and everything in time to throw on my marching band stuff and get out there and march on the field for halftime. So yeah, I stayed in band. Marching band was a blast. We got to march in the Rose Parade here in Portland a couple times. We got to march, and I forget which parade it was. It was down in San Francisco. Oh, hold on. Hello, Bubblicious. Happy Mother's Day. What's he doing? Yeah. What's that, little girl? Oh, I turned my head and there she went. 8 years of marching band. Wow. Yeah, I did 4. And then I never went to college. I just went right into construction and started working construction at the age of 19, and then joined the union and at the age of 21, and was a union thug, union labor for 8 years, and then union heavy equipment operator, local 701. I did that for about another 9 years, I think it was, and then I had my own business. I owned a directional drilling business. Did that for many years. So yeah, I'll tap. I can tap away. You know what's funny, Elisa? I didn't learn that piano is part of the percussion. I, I was like, what? Wait, no, wait, it is? Yeah. I'm like, okay, I never knew that. I was never good at playing piano, but I was just like, okay, it makes sense, but yeah, I never knew that. Oh, you're a mod for Taco also? Okay. Right on, right on. I never noticed that. But no, I like Joe. He's a good person. He really is. And he gets right out there, man. Even with his bad eyesight and everything, and his disabilities, he's right there on the front line, man. He just does. He don't give a shit. So. Oh, you did jazz band and learned that cause piano is part of the rhythm section. Makes sense because it smacks the strings. Yeah, it just never dawned on me. I think I learned it on somebody that I'm subscribed with on YouTube, but I have a lot of different subscribers, percussionists and stuff like that, and like reaction videos and blah blah blah. and they were going over something, and they were like, yeah, the piano being in the percussion, and I'm like, what? And I looked into it more. I'm like, oh yeah, it is. I'm like, duh. Anyhow, but back then I was able. I mean, I was able to play a pretty mean guitar too. We started a few bands, but of course they didn't. They didn't go anywhere. But like that was my aspirations, man, in high school, man. I wanted to be in a big hair band. I wanted to be in like Iron Maiden or Van Halen or hell yeah. I wanted to be the next Sammy Hagar. Oh man. Yeah, I do need a raise in pay. What or are you talking to Chris there? Yeah. So you mod for pretend also. Okay. All right. Uh, are you in the vertical or the horizontal one? Right. Because I know the body camera one is the one that's kind of like you give them a little more leeway. So I like going in there and trolling them. And I appreciate the people that come on and they're like, Mike, Mike, this is the unmodded chat. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm here. Because I want to mess with them. Hey, do you all know? Maybe you can guess this. Um, who are? Could you name the top two percussionists in the world right now? Not someone in the past, but someone that's active right now. The top two. Who would that be? I already know the answer. See if anybody can guess it. It's a little biased, my answer, but maybe someone in here has their favorite percussionist that they like. You know what I mean? And I know usually it's like, well, no, I don't know many percussionists, but I know the lead singer, lead singer, of Queensryche, or the lead singer of oh, I can't even come up with some of the '80s bands. I'm just drawing a blank here. Whatever. Oop. But I can give you my answer. My answer of the top two, the name of the top two percussionists in the world right now. And that is Danny Carey. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, those are I'm familiar with those right there, Chris. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's yeah, Def Leppard drummer. Wow, yeah, that's an inspiration right there. I mean, I can't believe how Well, I mean, he just his determination to come back and continue to play. It's like wow. So and Neil Peart, yeah, that was Wow. Good answer. Good answer. I grew up on Rush and Geddy Lee and oh my God. And I remember when I had a huge drum set. It was like a 13 piece with all these cymbals and double bass, or the floor bass and the double bass drums. And man, I'd rock out to that. I had my hair was kind of like kind of a mullet, feathered mullet, really long. And oh, hold on, to be continued. We have a mother here. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay. There she goes. Your grandpa, Elisa? Excellent answer. That's cool that he plays the American Legion. That's really cool. Right on. Man, I wish I want to get back into it. It's going to be difficult with, my left hand being half paralyzed, but I have been practicing with some drumsticks on different ways of holding it in my left hand. And I might have to like use like, I don't know, like some kind of a contraption, like a rubber band or something like that to hold it in my hand, because I constantly I drop it onto my left hand, not being able to hold on and not having that grip. And so, business in the front, party in the back. Yeah. I called it my Mississippi mud flap. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew you meant party. Yep, yep, yep. Party in the back. Shit. I should post some of those pictures too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Krista, getting back to the mullets, let's see, what were some of the other, you had Kentucky Waterfall. Oh, they'll come to me. No, it was the Mississippi Mud Flat, the Kentucky Waterfall, and what was the other one? I can't think of them. I can't think of them right now. Maybe they'll come up. They'll come up. They'll come up. Redneck hair. Yeah, I mean it. Oh man, yeah. I thought it was kind of cool, the last 10 years, how the mullet's making a comeback. It's actually stylish, I'm kind of like, I got to laugh about it because I remember those days. Yeah. Spiking up my hair, and then really long hair in the back, down past my yeah, just like Joe Dirt. Seriously, I'm not kidding you, Krista. It wasn't that extreme, but it was pretty darn close. Good movie, by the way. In fact, I watched Joe Dirt just about a couple weeks ago. It's funny. Uh, have some more tea. Some more tea. What time are we getting at here? It is. It's almost 8 o'clock, Pacific Standard Time. You want to see those pics? I will. I will go through my pictures, and some of them I may not find, but I have a couple in saved on my phone and stuff, and yeah, I'll share them with y'all. I got a picture from Halloween when I had my mohawk. Um, that was like right around 1993. I had a mohawk, and I always kept it like in a ponytail. But I would wear it up like if I went to a show or something like that. Um, but yeah, I don't have any pictures of my mohawk. I was just too much of a punker back then even worry about it, I guess. But somebody snapped a picture of me at Halloween, and I was death, with the big sickle and everything. Um, and I have a black cloak on, and my face is painted up like a skull. And somebody snapped a picture. I'm like, oh my God. Finally, because I lost a lot of pictures. Um, we had when I moved to Malino, um, the property out there. There's a year-round creek. It's called Milk Creek, and in 1996 we got a lot of snow over the winter. Okay, 95 to 96, and then all of a sudden, I think it was in March, it just started warming up, and then it just started raining like crazy. And the forecasters like, oh crap, because this warm band of rain was like that tropical band, just coming right into Portland and into Oregon. And then so that warm rain fell for days and days, and it melted all that snow. So the rivers just went, yeah, it flooded bad. It flooded really bad. Oregon City was like underwater in 1996. It breached the waterfront wall in downtown Portland. Yeah, it was crazy. We have a waterfall in Oregon City, and it's called Willamette Falls because that's the Willamette River there, and it it was no longer a fall. There was so much water coming down the Willamette that it was just a ripple, you know, because the water raised in that area like a good 22 feet, I think 24 feet. Yeah, crazy. And so in Malino, the little year-round creek that was on my property, it flooded bad. I mean, it came up so fast. We had no time to move anything out that was down below. We had a pole barn down there, kind of well, about 100 yards from the Milk Creek, and yeah, the water just started rising up really fast. We couldn't even get our camp trailer out of there. It was my parents' camp trailer, like a 34-foot camp trailer. And I was trying to hook up to it with my truck. And next thing I know, I'm like knee deep in water and I couldn't get it on. I couldn't get it hooked up. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, everybody. There he is. What are you doing, Maynard? What you doing, Maynard? Oh, and then guess who's here? I hear some buzzing. Where is she? Oh, well, there's Maynard, everybody. He's out there doing his thing. And so, yeah, and we had a bunch of just material down there in the pole barn and around, and we had oh, we couldn't. I mean, it came up so fast that we couldn't even get into our pole barn. Everything started floating, and as we're wading through everything, and all the photos, all the old photos, everything just got ruined. And um and then there was so much material floating down the creek. We had, like, I want to say 40 or 50 huge rolls of insulation that we were going to put in the pole barn, and it just floated away. We couldn't save it. It floated downstream and it ended, fuck, I don't know where. But we ended up with, I don't know how many board feet of lumber. So it was kind of a trade. We lost all this insulation, but we ended up with all these 2x6s and 2x8s and 4x4s that were brand new. And we contacted people upstream, but nobody claimed it. They're like, I have no idea where that came from. And then we went downstream trying to find our insulation. We couldn't find it. We found a couple rolls that were stuck in the trees. And but I'm not kidding you, like 15 feet up in the trees, there'd be a roll of insulation. It was crazy how that little creek went from 2 feet deep to like 20 feet deep in just in a few hours. So yeah, but you know what we did, my brother and I? Oh, hold on. Hello, hi, Mama. Thanks for stopping by. She just had to make a little appearance. Um, and so in 1996, I was riding uh, stand-up jet skis, and so was my brother. And so we put our jet skis in. We were able to put our jet skis in the water of Milk Creek, just 20 feet from my front door, because that's how high the river, or how far it came up to my home. But it was never really a risk, but it's still just about 20, maybe 30 feet from the front door of my place. And so we put our jet skis in, and we were skiing all around, and we skied up Milk Creek, and we were up there. There's a golf course up there, and now the golf course is like 12 feet underwater. So we're out there skiing around, and then some guy on the property, he come out with a shotgun. It's like, boom! He's like, get out of here! He just shot it up in the air. So we're like, oh fuck! So we pulled our jet skis out, and we're like, oh, okay, well, we're out of here. Well, and then the next day, the river was still rising, and we and this is when Oregon City was pretty much underwater. Um, there is a boat launch at a place called Meldrum Bar in Gladstone, Oregon. Well, the the Willamette River was so high that it covered all of the soccer fields and the softball fields there. Those were about 3 feet underwater. And so we drove down there and we put our jet skis in. About, I think there's like five of us, me and my brother and some friends, and we just put our jet skis in right there at the soccer field, and skied up out there skiing around, our jet skis, which, yeah, it was stupid because there was so much material coming down that river, like logs and stumps and, I mean, boat docks. There were even some actual floating homes that come down. How they made it over the, well, I mean, there was no Willamette Falls. It was, like I said, it was just like, it was flowing so fast that yeah, stuff was going over the falls, and it was just like a big ripple. Not even, we jet skied up it. That's how much water was going down the Willamette Falls. We were able to jet ski up to 10th Street. If you know, you know. But yeah, we actually jet skied up Willamette Falls, and again, stupid, but because there were like, I'm not kidding you, there were like logs that were under the water, and they would get sucked down with the current, and then they just come, like here's the water level, they just come right out of the water like this, a big log, and then just kind of like a whale, and then splash. And we were at the falls, we were dealing with that. Yeah, we made it on the news. We made it on Channel 8 News. They were flying over with their helicopter, and I never saw the footage, but it was kind of like, look at these knuckleheads. What are they doing out on the water? And then it was just about, we skied up and then skied around, and then we come, oh, hello. Oh, wait. And then we came back down the falls, and then we were jet skiing around where Clackamas River meets Willamette Falls, and there's a park there called Clackamas Park. And we were jet skiing around the park, which was about 12 feet underwater. And then all of a sudden, the Clackamas County sheriffs come out on their flat bottom boat, and yeah, they're like, you guys need to get out of here. You can't be jet skiing in the park. And we're like, what park? Don't get snippy with me. You guys need to get off the water. Go get out of the water right now. So, okay. So we jet skied back to Meldrum Bar and loaded up our jet skis and got the heck out of Dodge. We didn't want to get arrested. We didn't want to get a ticket. And when we were jet skiing around Clackamas Park, the water was like just like 6 inches over the stop signs. So we'd be jet skiing around, and all of a sudden, dink, and it's like, what the heck was that? And it's like, oh, we hit the top of the stop sign. So yeah, a lot of water. That flood of '96, it did a lot of damage. So, and there was like a huge, like, I don't know, like a 40, 45 or 50-foot long houseboat that got stuck in the trees right across from Clackamas Park. It was about, I don't know, probably about 12 feet up in the trees, and it stayed there for a while. Big, huge. It looked like it used to be nice, but yeah, there's really crazy the stuff that was floating down the river. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, there goes my knee. My knee just popped out. Great. Oh. Ooh, don't start. Don't fucking start. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh. Okay, that hurt. Sorry, everybody. Just watch the birds for a minute. Oh. Chronic pain sucks, everybody. Just saying. God damn. Oh. Okay. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Fuck me. I have like really bad arthritis in this knuckle right here. Okay. And if I were to get close to the microphone, when I go like this, you hear it crunching. It goes, it's freaking gross. But I've got this arthritis in here because when you grip the handlebars of the jet ski, you use a trigger throttle, you know, and you see the muscles that move there, and the constant. So that was like that, and that's what it was like on my quad. Well, my quad, I think it was a thumb throttle, but yeah. And then of course when I pick my nose, picking my nose, I got arthritis in this knuckle really bad from picking my nose, everybody, and picking my butt. Just letting you know. Yeah, a little factoid you need to know about Spider Mike. TMI. TMI. Are you guys still here? I don't even see the chat moving. Excuse me. I hope you're all still here. It says there's, 15 people in here. So. Or did it freeze up again? My YouTube, it froze up yesterday and just like kicked everybody out. I had to restart it. I don't know what. So hopefully it didn't freeze. Is there anybody out there? Anybody can hear me? Just type a 1 or a 2. Can you hear Spider Mike? Am I still live? What the hell? I think my chat froze up, everybody. What the F? Am I going to have to restart this? YouTube, are you really doing this to me? I guess I have to restart it. Is there anybody in chat? Please respond. If it doesn't move here in the next 15 seconds, I'm just going to restart this live. Because I don't know why. It did this to me yesterday too, man. Come on, YouTube. Really? What the fuck, man? All right. Whatever.